Whoa. Okay. So, lunchtime. What do we make? So I have deli meat here. Going to use some of this. This is HEB branded. Most of this is turkey. So macros on here are pretty friendly. 60 grams or 60 calories, 11 grams of protein per 4 slices. So I'll show you. We're gonna do this uncut as best we can. I have some rice pudding here. I do need to get in some carbohydrates. And rice pudding is generally pretty low fat. Egg whites. We'll see how it goes. Low carb tortillas because I like to get fiber. These are 45 calories per. La banderita. La banderita for those of you. And then 1 gram of fat, 11 grams of fiber, 11 grams of insoluble fiber, 5 grams of protein. Fat-free cheese, also from HEB, but there is fat-free cheese else in the world. So 3 grams of carbs, 9 grams of protein. So this should get a pretty good amount of protein, carbs, and keeping it lower fat. For myself, I need to be getting around, it's all talk and go. I need to be getting around 1/3 of my body weight in grams of protein. Right now I am floating around 220. So that comes out to about 73 grams of protein. 1877 water, mango flavored. There you go. Just for the ASMRs. Have that so I can talk and go. So egg whites are great. They can be a little bit runny, but the fat-free cheese can also be a little dry. Combine the two, you might get some proper moisture or dankness for those of you that don't like the word moisture. So popping up here, get some spray. I'm still not sure exactly what I'm gonna do. It's probably gonna be like a turkey mix. Let's do 4 slices of turkey. Do that real quick. Pop that out. Let's see. Basically know where everything's at in here. This is a guest place of my mom's residence. Cutting boards. So what we'll do, we will get 1, 2, is that 2, 3? Yep. 4 slices of turkey. Don't worry, I already washed my hands. Put that back in. Keep it sealed. And then on that cutting board, we're gonna have to rinse because greasy hands. So, preference, some people like to use a knife. I like to use shears for, if I could find my shears, also known as scissors. Well, I thought I liked to use scissors. There we go. Someone put it in the wrong one. So I like to use scissors sometimes to cut up meat instead of using a knife, especially when it's real thin and I want to get into a certain process. So we are going to shift. Let's get everything shifted. Getting swifty. Rick and Morty style. This is so solid. So solid. So getting up to temperature here, and we'll just give it the little roll and then get that going in there. So basic turkey, get it to a temperature. I like texture, remember, texture is taste, taste is texture. There are many things that you don't like because the texture is funky, so get it to how you need to. I don't really like deli meat cold, so nice and toasty turkey will definitely be more palatable for myself. I would be mixing greens into this if I had them, but I don't have mixed greens. I do like putting greens at the end. Let's get that cranking a little bit. And then for not being gross, nasty, get that going. Next thing, we're gonna have some tortillas here. So what we can do is not drop them on the floor. Floor tortillas. So I think we'll probably go 3 of these, pop in the microwave, 30 seconds, not 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Clean as you go. So we're gonna put stuff away. Easiest way to clean up. Chunking that all back in there. As that goes. Get a nice little brown texture there. Just zoom in real quick and see how everything's going. So, chisel, sizzle, chisel, sizzle. Now normally, I would have this all kind of like weighed out, scaled out, but that's not practical. Not everybody is enjoying weighing their calories, weighing their food, getting all the grams, getting all the proper macros, all that stuff. So on the packaging, it says 4 slices. So I do 4 slices. Here it says 3 tortillas. So 3 tortillas, 45 calories each. 1 serving of those 4 slices of turkey, 60 calories, 11 grams of protein, like 5 grams for the tortillas. So keeping that. I know a couple egg whites in here. So the entire container on this egg white container is, turn down the heat here, turn out the heat for a little bit. So we have 20 servings, 5 grams protein. So I know there's about 100 in here, 100 grams of protein. So I'm gonna try to do about 1/4 of this container, just kind of guesstimating by weight. It's opened. It wasn't opened. So if it was open, it'd be a little bit harder, but practice eyeing it, knowing that this is a 32-ounce container. I'm gonna try to pour about 8 ounces of egg whites. Seems about right. Clean as you go. Clean as you go. So throw that around, slosh it around. Ooh, my mom is gonna be so upset about that. So I have a 50-50 mix, which is going to be going on my brisket later, but also works really well for every type of seasoning. So a little salt, a little pepper to taste. How many people actually use this for this? Like, so I'm 6'2", I have short arms, so like I may be reaching out the most 8 feet in the air. So how many people actually use that thing above the microwave for any type of storage purpose? Kind of it seems like a waste, but I mean, for most people, I guess it is. Curious. So let's get a little check-see on this stuff. Eggs, whites, eggs. So yeah, it looks very gross. 100% this is nasty looking right now, but salt, pepper, a little bit of turkey. It's all gonna come together shortly. And then we'll have the macros. You can always fast forward through this stuff. Not a bad idea. So as that, I'm gonna turn that up just a little bit, gets going, we're gonna get the rice pudding. Ugh. Now you don't have to use rice pudding. It's just me, I like it. It's got a good texture for me. Reduced fat milk, rice, cane sugar, contains less than 2% of eggs, salt, natural flavors, cozy shack. So 2.5 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein, 24 grams of carbs, 5 servings in here. So each serving is about 130 grams or half a cup. What I can do is guesstimate the portion to about 1/5 of that. Normally, as cylinders go, you're definitely gonna have, I don't know if the ratio pi squared, I don't know what it is. So using the radius maybe times the circumference, who knows? Someone can math me in the base, but cylinders work this way. A little bit wider at the top, narrow at the bottom. So if you go down the same amount, let's say you're going to divide this by 4, you take the top portion, you take 1/4 of that, it's going to be way more than the bottom 4th portion. So long way to explain that, but it doesn't matter in the end. So I will take a little bit less than 1/5 just to make it about the ratio I need. And I'm going to guesstimate it's about that much. So this will be about 130 calories. I might do more. I might eat the whole container, but just for perspective, most people won't eat the whole container. Throw it in there. Eggs are looking some types of ways. Ooh, no, don't burn the pan. Oh, we're doing good, we're doing good, we're doing good. Doing good. So let's see. I did burn the pan a little bit. All right, bring it on back. Bring it on back. Bring it on back. Oh, adjust. A little bit closer. Whew, Nelly. All right. 28 ounces, 28 grams. Usually with this cheese, I figured out it's about a pinch to handful of mine. So 28 grams is about this much for me. So it fills up my palm perfectly. So about one serving there. Do I need more? I sure do. So about one more of those. Yeah, smell-o-vision. There's definitely burnt cheese. Wicked. Oh, clean as you go, Logan. Clean as you go. Put that away. Getting this going here. And then as the cheese mixes in, take a little bit of the remaining, let's just say water. It's moisture. Moisture. Out of the eggs, because it is fat-free, there isn't moisture in the cheese, and then it gets to a solid consistency. Now the texture here, getting pretty optimal. So now we got pretty good mix. Turkey, cheese, high protein. Almost died on the road. We're gonna zoom out real quick because we are about to be late-teen. So as we come over here, set this up to plate. Oh, gross. Turkey. Now the one thing you can do, this does store well, so you can make this as food prep. So if you wanted to make this for a Monday dinner, and then you could have it for breakfast, because breakfast for dinner is amazing. Then you can just do however many portions you'd like of that and save it, and then have it to just reheat later. This is where it gets tricky for me. Okay, so let's try some plating here. So I just guesstimated based on the volume of how much would actually go into these tortillas, but more practice, the better it is. You can obviously see I burnt everything. But Logan, you're in Texas. Ooh, look at all that. Don't you like spicy things? Love me some spicy things. Let's add some color to that. Picante. Picante? That sounds terrible. Picante. Picante. I don't even know if that's Spanish. Picante? Picoso. No, picoso is Spanish, but I don't know about picante. Maybe it comes from that. It's probably Tex-Mex. Regardless. Sorry. This is hot. Quote unquote. Quote de unquote. I'll get a nice play-by-play here. There we go. A little bit more color in there. So, I don't know how long that actually took. Maybe like 10 minutes at the most. Everything's cleaned up now. You can easily have that as your prep for several meals. It's going to be very high protein. You don't need the rice pudding if you don't need the carbs, but I do, so that's what it is. Then, we'll just give it a gander and look at everything. So, salsa, turkey. I'm going to put the macros right to the right of the screen here. So you can see it's fairly high in protein. The carbohydrates that it comes from are fiber. And then I'm going to do the macros with the rice pudding. It's like 24 grams. I'm not going to do the macros with the rice pudding. It's 24 grams of carbs that are coming from the rice pudding. Everything else is from those. So hopefully this helps. questions, comments below. There are many ways to do it. You can use ham. You can use another meat. You don't even have to use a meat. You can just do it without. So definitely recommend. Easy to do, not too messy. You can add veggies to it. You can add peppers and onions to it. If you want more volume, you can easily volumize it with a little bit of more veggies cooked in, sauteed in. So questions, let me know. Leave them in the comments below. And then look forward to the other ones that'll be there in the world. All right, thanks guys. Bye.